I'm going on the axe throwing circuit. Kim says that's my working face. I got 2 awesome dogs. Morning Trainiacs. Forgot until about 4 minutes ago that the morning group wear ad is moving up from 6 a.m. like it starts out as. Tires are still pumped. 5:45 a.m. now that it's getting light out earlier. As per usual lately, I gotta hustle. What isn't changing from the last couple weeks, however, is how cold it is. It's like 3 degrees Celsius out there. A little bit of money. Got Triathlon Taren red bike pump. I got keys. I got a toque. An awesome dog. I got 2 awesome dogs. Ooh, time's wasted. Hi. I got cheapo toe covers from Alibaba that cost $5. Winter mitts, unmounted GoPro, and because I didn't have time to brush my teeth, chewing gum. And we rollin'. There they go, there they go, there they go, there they go. I gotta get them. I gotta catch up, I gotta catch up, I gotta catch up. We got 50K. Maximum power, 833 watts. Normalized power, 237 watts. Training stress score, which I don't really know what it means, 120. Density factor, 80.849. I don't really know what that means. Holy shirts and pants. With all the long swim training, my fitness is there. Like, I can hang in the group with the front pack the entire way and help and do the work and take pulls. But as soon as the cycling specific dudes hit that bam to take off at the final sprints, bye-bye Taren. Y'all ever wonder how glamorous it is to edit a Taren video? You're about to see it. Kim says that's my working face. I work hard. And 2 short hours later, we done. Export. It is time for a good old-fashioned brick background sit down here, folks. And I'm gonna say old-fashioned because what we're talking about today is the history, that's not the history, of triathlon. How did it start? Where did it come from? Why is it called triathlon? Well, that's pretty clear, it's 3 sports. When did it get into the Olympics? Where did triathlon start? How did Ironman come to be? I just spent a little bit of time on the old answer machine, aka Google, and we got a fair bit of info here. I knew some of it, but I didn't know the exact dates and the order of how it came together. And the one thing that I didn't know is that triathlon, as in any sort of sport where there are 3 sports comprising the 1 sport, has actually been around since the 1920s. The first documentation of any sort of triathlon was from France in the 1920s and 30s, and it was called Les Trois Sports. I need to work on rolling my R's for the French folk out there. The first one that was documented that I think they have access to is a 1.9 mile run, then a 7.5 mile bike, and then a swim across the Channel Marne. And then there were some other races that were a swim, a bike, and a canoe, or a run, a bike, and a canoe. But it was always just like 3 outdoor sports. There was never any one set, here is what we're calling les trois sports. The very, very first documented modern day triathlon was Mission Bay, San Diego in 1974. And on September 25th, 1974, 46 people completed the Mission Bay Triathlon that was founded by Jack Johnstone and Don Shanahan, who were at the time runners. They were track athletes. Just a few short years later, somebody in Oahu wanted, I didn't even look and see who this was. I'll be right with you. I knew it was a woman. It was Judy Collins. She wanted to create a sport where you could find out who the best athlete was, a swimmer, a cyclist, or a runner. So they came up with the Ironman Triathlon, which was originally held on the island of Oahu, not the current island in Kona, in 1978. And the concept was that they would take several of the very marquee races in each of the sports all around Oahu, the Waikiki rough water swim, the Oahu bike around the island, and then the Honolulu Marathon, and do it consecutively, which was really crazy because at the time, just the bike race alone was a 2-day event. And the winner of that race would be called the Ironman. So on February 18th, 1978, 15 athletes started the 2.4 mile swim, the 115 mile bike, and then the full marathon. In the end, the winner was US Navy Communications Specialist Gordon Haller, who won in a finishing time of 11 hours, 46 minutes, and 58 seconds. And then basically for an entire decade, triathlon and Ironman was done as a real grassroots sport. It was held by small organizations here and there. It grew at a very small rate, but in 1989, the ITU, the International Triathlon Union, became the governing body for what at the time was just going to focus on the Olympics. It has since grown into being the short course athlete governing body. They run the under 23, the under 21 junior program. They run their own long distance triathlon. They have become a behemoth themselves, and it all feeds athletes into that short course Olympic distance draft legal race that we see in the Olympics. So there you go. That's how triathlon started. Now, you know what I'm gonna do? We're gonna go axe throwing. Actually, I'm not going axe throwing. I'm going to shoot some axe throwing for a client that we work with, but you better believe that I'm gonna try to get my paws on some of them axes. It smells like manhood in here. There we go. Okay, I actually gotta do some work here for a second.
I'm going to teach him how to do it real quick too.
I'm going on the axe throwing circuit. Well, I highly recommend axe throwing. It's fun and fashionable. I think I was good because of the beard. That's it. That's a day. This is work. I charge people for this. I used to have to sling mutual funds and life insurance. All right, Trainiacs, it's home time. Later.